Sup? Though. Oh. Oh, that was weird. That kind of creeped me out for a minute. I'm not even gonna lie with you.
A few years back, when I still lived with my parents, I used to stay in the room right next to my younger sisters. Sometimes while I was asleep, I would be awoken by the sound of someone coming into my room. When I would open my eyes, I would see my 4-year-old sister just staring at me in silence. After realizing it's only her, I would calm myself down and lead her back to her bed. I wasn't the only family member this happened to, and in the morning my sister would never remember it happened. Most of the time we would find her by the stairs on her way to the bathroom. My parents worried about her falling down, so they put a child gate in front of the stairs. On one occasion I remember seeing her standing in front of the gate, and as I approached her, she slowly pointed down the stairs. Being slightly creeped out, I just gently led her back to her room. It wasn't
Gently, my butt. Gently, my ass. So, see what I did there? No, just no. No. Are you really gonna tell me that in the middle of the night you wake up and you see your sibling, that's like 4 or 5 years old, just pointing at just straight darkness? You gonna tell me you gonna gently put your brother or sister back to her room? Are you serious, bruh? No. We not gonna gently do nothing. We gonna put on our Adidas and we gonna kick it. We gonna haul it. We gonna run. We gonna do what we need to do. We not staying in this house. You catch the Christmas, cause whatever you pointing at, there's a reason you pointing. There's a reason you pointing. And the fact that you don't remember what you was doing in the middle of the night, like, come on, bruh. Come on, you can't. No. Gently, bruh. Are you playing with your whole life?
Summer came, and I would stay up later that I would sometimes hear her talking to herself in the early hours of the morning.
See?
I used to think it was a little funny, but on a few occasions it really sounded like a lower voice would respond. I was too much of a chicken to ever check, so I would just decide it was time for bed and try not to think about it. Luckily, by the time she turned 5, it seemed like she finally grew out of it, since we never found her walking around the house again. I still wonder why it always seemed like she was trying to get one of us to lead her downstairs. Eva always lied. It was obvious from the very beginning that she was a compulsive liar. She would spin some off-kilter stories when she had the chance to. It wasn't out of any malicious intent, but rather, she simply couldn't resist telling a lie. Her lies were surreal and often just too ridiculous for others to take seriously. It didn't help that she was very young, at an age where we dismiss claims as being products of imagination, only 4 years old. Because of these factors, we didn't believe a word that she said to anyone. We didn't believe her when she said that her baby sister turned into a cat at night and purred at her. We didn't believe her when she said that the science teacher was secretly an alien robot. And when she said that her best friend wanted her to come play with her underneath her bed, we once again brushed it off.
No!
We really should have taken it seriously. But by the time that we found her bed empty that one morning, it was already too late. I moved into an old farmhouse in October 2015. It had been kept current until 1989, right down to the burgundy green hearts and apple borders in the middle of the walls. The house sits on a couple of acres. The closest neighbor is a walk away. Great trees, great bushes, love it. But lately, I've noticed weird things. Like how none of the closets have doors. Or how I wake suddenly just as I'm starting to drift off to sleep. how tired I am even though I'm in bed by 9 p.m. and can barely get out of bed at 7 a.m. The other really strange thing I've noticed is both my cats have disappeared.
See?
And none of the coyotes I hear at night come near the house, even though I've left the garbage bag outside accidentally. But the biggest thing I've noticed lately is how the hatch to my attic seems to always be open, though it used to be nailed shut.
Hold on. Did you notice? Did you notice how many motherfucking red flags there were in this video? Are you serious, bruh? Come on, yo. How many red flags does it take for you to figure out, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't be here no more. There's a lot of things going on right now. And hey, Johnny, yeah, I'm coming your way right now. Oh, you having sex with your girl? Nah. Oh, I'm still on my way. So, just saying. Click. So many red flags, bruh. So many red flags. That's crazy, bruh. He does not care about his life whatsoever. Jeez. Hey. Oh, that's it? Oh.
My son went missing 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Like a good parent, I filed a police complaint. I participated in the search efforts, and I was heartbroken when they could not find any trace of him. I gave up. I asked the cops to give up too. It was hopeless, I said. They did not give up. 1 week ago, 2 of the officers turned up at my door, triumphant smiles on their faces, and standing in front of them was my son. They said they found him wandering in the woods beyond the edge of town. He looked much worse for wear, but otherwise unscathed. They left him with me and went back to the station. He is not my son. He looked like my son, spoke like my son, and even behaved like my son.
But he's not
He settled in with me, but please believe me, he is not my son.
Mm-hmm.
Every night since that day, I've woken up in the middle of the night in cold sweat. I always see him in the doorway of my room, his body silhouetted by the night light behind him. He always leaves as soon as I wake up. Please, you have to trust me. Whatever he is not my son. Why do I seem so sure? Because I killed my son 2 weeks ago and buried him in the forest.
Hey friends, if you enjoyed these short illustrative horror stories, be sure to subscribe to Strawberry Nightmare. Her artistic talent and love for horror is brought to life through her work and is definitely worth your time. Let us know below in the comments if you'd like us to work together again, soon.
Strawberry Nightmare. You know what's funny? Y'all already know who Mr. Nightmare is. But I don't know if there's a Mrs. Nightmare, but all I'm saying is I see a Strawberry Nightmare. You know? I'm just saying, like, Mr. Nightmare and Strawberry Nightmare, they could, you know, what's up? They can make some real nightmares, you feel me? I'm stupid. Oh, that wasn't even that funny, so I don't even know why I'm laughing that hard. Which one was it? Hold on, I gotta do some back stuff. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. If you have any children or siblings or cousins or, you know, nephews, nieces, and they're like really young, like 4 or 5, 6 years old, And like I get it. Like I get it. Like some kids when they're that young, they like to they have their imagination is crazy, right? And some things we just let it go over our head, or we just don't really think nothing of it. But I'm trying to tell y'all, we're in a day and age where what you think about, like what you like as a kid, what you thought about in your head, your imagination like 10, 20 years ago, that could have been like, just what you thought about. It may have not been real, but now, what's going on right now in today's world, kids' imagination, like, you gotta believe everything these kids are saying. Like, you can't let nothing go over your head. You see that jump coming, you see that imagination coming, and it's coming for you, and you dodge. You can't dodge no more. You can't, like, it's coming. You can't dodge. Like 10 or 20 years ago, you saw the imagination coming from your kids or a kid. You saw it, like 10 to 20 years ago, you saw the imagination coming, and you dodged it. Then you look back, and it was like, oh, it was nothing. Now, you see it, you see the imagination coming from the kid, and you dodge it, and you look back, and there's a demon right there. Like, come on, bro. You have to, I don't know, man. Like, it's a different world now. Like, you got to believe kids. Your kids, their kids, kids in general. You can't let it go over your head, man. And when I just said, you gotta believe their kids, his kids, our kids. When I said that reminded me of that SpongeBob episode, Wumbo. You remember that? You remember that Wumbo episode? He, she, we, Wumbo, I Wumbo. We Wumbo. Come on now, it's first grade. SpongeBob is, oh man, I love SpongeBob, but yeah, don't let it go over your head. If you see a kid and they just pointing at what you think is nothing, or they pointing at darkness, get your kid, or get that kid, get your Adidas and run. You do not notice a kid pointing into darkness and be like, oh, come on, it's nothing. Let me gently take you back to your room and not think nothing of it. No. We are in a different world right now. So, what you thought wasn't real 10 or 20 years ago could possibly be real now. So, just saying, don't rule nothing out. Keep it cool, keep it classy, and I love you. Stay happy, my family.